And there we go. We are live. Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday afternoon. I am here live today with my web designer, caffeinecreative.io, Teresa Schlupp. How are you?
I am fabulous. How are you?
Good. I was telling before we went live, I was telling how fabulous you look. And I'm going to say it while we're live. You look amazing.
Thank you. I am feeling amazing and life is good.
Oh my God. Oh, awesome. Okay. So today's topic is best practices for website contact form, what not to do. And I told you that I read somebody the Riot Act. I think it was yesterday. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you asking so many questions on your intake form and then wondering why nobody's filling it out?
Well, and that's just it. And that honestly is the first thing you need to avoid is stop asking too much information too soon.
Yes.
The information you're asking may have value at some point, but ask it when it has value. Don't ask it up front, because as a potential customer, I can tell you right now, if I go to your website and I have to spend the next 3 minutes, 3 minutes answering questions, and there's contact forms that I guarantee are 10 minutes or more. If I have to spend even 60 seconds filling out all this information, if I don't understand the value of why you're asking me that information, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to work with you. I'm going to find somebody else who doesn't ask me a million things. And it's as simple as that. Like, it's not because I have anything against you, but I want to work with somebody that's going to make my life easier.
Yes. And a long questionnaire makes somebody roll their eyes and go, I don't want to do this. Like, think about whether you would want to do it. And if you don't, then don't do it to your clients.
Then don't do it. So keep it super simple and to the point. May only ask what you need. What is their name? What is their email? What is their phone number? If you want to give them a call, that's an appropriate question. And what is their question? Get to the point, because it's an initial contact. And just get to the point and get started with things. Make it simple and easy for them is step number one. What to avoid is stop asking too much information. Now, that being said, that doesn't mean if you're going to do an on-site consultation, you shouldn't ask more information. But even in that, I want you to preface it why I need this information. When I send out my longer questionnaires to somebody who we've gone past discovery call, I say, to make the most of our time together, could you share a few little tidbits with me about your goals?
Yes.
And now they understand. Now they're like, oh, now I know why you're asking this stuff, because it's going to make our time more productive.
I know, but there's so many web designers and coaches out there saying, ask these 16 questions to screen people before you get on the phone with them to make sure that it's worth your time. And I sit there and go, okay, that's valid. If you're working 15 projects and you can't handle any more and you're trying to slow down your pipeline, but until you have a full pipeline that you're trying to slow down, reduce the number of questions you're asking and decide what stage you're asking them.
Absolutely. If you are so busy you don't need new clients, then ask a book, because then you're going to pre-qualify them. But if you need new clients on the book, if you need to fill a spot in your pipeline, or you need to fill your pipeline, keep it simple to the point.
Yes.
There are processes that make sense in business, and getting those details up front is one of those processes that will make sense in business later on, not today. If you're just starting off and you don't have a full pipeline, keep it simple and get to the point. And don't ask a lot of irrelevant fields. You want to ask questions that has a purpose and a value to you. At some point, you're going to have to talk budget, but asking that for the discovery call, what is the value in that? What is
if your pipeline is full and you want to disqualify people if they're not going to spend, anything less than 50,000, then that's your choice. But if you don't have clients coming into your pipeline.
Well, and the other thing too, I would say from a perspective of a potential client for an interior designer, is that $50,000 may seem way out of line for me when I'm talking about a kitchen remodel, because I don't understand the design world. So if you're wanting me to commit to a $50,000 budget and you haven't even had a conversation with me, I'm not feeling comfortable talking to you at all. But after we've had a conversation and after you've laid out, okay, here's what it takes for a kitchen remodel, and I want to make sure that it's a quality remodel that is going to last for a long time, and you tell me why that $50,000 is necessary, then all of a sudden my budget's just changed.
Yes, because you've been educated. So yes,
Yes,
get
educated.
them to like you, understand what they need to invest for
Mhm.
their project. That, the question I always teach my profit insiders, have you done your research? Do you have an investment level in mind?
Mhm. Yes.
But not necessarily on your website when they're just contacting you.
They're
But
just getting
that's even a
started.
fairer question than what's your budget?
Yeah.
Right? Have you done your research? Do you have an investment level in mind? That's something you can ask somebody once you're on the phone with them. So, for the first consult to be prepared, you might need to talk a little bit more detailed in numbers than somebody
Mhm.
who's done their research.
Yes. And I like what you said. Save stuff for the discovery call. Save some information for the conversation. That conversation, you want it to be productive. You want it to be educational for both sides. You want it to help start building that like, know, and trust factor. So save some of that for the form, for the conversation.
For the
And keep,
conversation, yes.
yes. And keep your contact form simple, concise, and to the point. That is straight out what you want to say. So I do have some positives to do when it comes to doing your forms. Be
Okay.
clear and concise. Absolutely. Test on accessibility. Does this form work? Does it work on your mobile phone? Does it work on your iPad? Does it make do you have to jump through hoops to make it work? If you have to do all those things, your clients are going to have to do it too, and you don't want them to do it. Okay.
Yes.
So test your form regularly. I honestly say you should test it at least quarterly, but anytime you think about you've got 10 minutes and nobody's hopping on your call and you don't know have a project to work on, get out there and test your website. Get out there and do something productive.
And we had a landing page that didn't work yesterday because of a system update that we didn't even know about. So it happens. So testing
Yeah.
your stuff and reviewing your website on a regular basis is so important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The other thing I would say is once you have that contact form in place, if you're going to use one, provide a written confirmation. Make sure that it's set up to where a written confirmation, not just the generic, your website form has been submitted. Okay. If you can, I would say send them either an email that gives them confirmation. Hey, we've received your message. Here's what you can expect next. Or if you can't send an email because like Squarespace and stuff, they don't allow you to do that kind of confirmation email, redirect them to a page that says your email has been received. And here's what to expect next. And set up some really clear expectations. One of the expectations that I want you to set up is that sometimes email fails. And if you don't hear from me in X amount of days, please reach out to me. And because your message is important to me. Okay. So that's one of the things that you can
like that.
set.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Email forms fail and they're failing more and more. The more
and they're going into junk and spam, but not everybody knows
they're
to
going
check
into
their
junk and spam. And the stricter these filtering rules are becoming on our email, because let's face it, the amount of spam that gets sent to us that we never see is huge. But those filtering rules are filtering out legitimate stuff. When I worked, just to give you a perspective, and this was 15 years ago when I worked in the corporate world, one of the things that I did was answer questions about spam and why emails got filtered and stuff. In my organization, we got on average 15 million emails a day.
Oh my God.
And automatically 90% of them were verified spam. 90% of that was spam. And then another 3 to 5% was maybe spam. So to stay on top of that kind of filtering and to make our inboxes a little bit more pleasant, legitimate things are going to get filtered.
Yeah.
It's just going to
So I like that suggestion. Have an option. If you don't hear from me,
yes,
reach out to me in this other fashion.
Here's other ways that you can connect with me. Here's what to expect next. Here's what's coming in the future. So that would be the other thing I would say. And then regardless of what your form is, I think we've already covered this, but I want to say it again, test it, test it, test it. Because even when you first implement it, I have had people set up their contact forms or set up their email sign-in, opt-in forms and stuff like that, and never gone through the process themselves. And either it doesn't work, I don't get the confirmation, the email isn't sent, or it's jumping through hoops. In one case, an email opt-in, I had to opt in, click a box that said, yes, I want to receive an email to confirm, go into my email, confirm an email, go up to a web page, confirm again before I got my freebie.
Is that my website?
No. No, but it was an audit that I did. And I'm like, honestly, I went through a lot of more steps than most people would do. So you want to make sure that you're taking the time to really test those forms and to work them out. And I'm also going to say, don't rely on contact forms to be your only means of communication.
Yeah.
We were just talking about the filtering, talking about spam filtering, talking about how they don't get delivered. I read a statistic, I can't remember where it was, just a few months ago, that 50% of contact forms don't go through because of filtering. And you know, like I said, I can't remember the source, so don't totally cite me on that one, but it's an indication that it does fail. So provide an email address, provide a phone number. Don't be afraid that spammers are going to get a hold of your information, because guess what? They already got it.
They do.
Make yourself accessible to your clients. Make yourself easy to get in touch with, and create a positive, wonderful experience from the get-go, so that you are so busy that you can put in a 16-page discovery call form. No, just kidding.
Exactly. I remember years ago, you and I went live when I was telling my comparing website to a boutique. If you were shopping for an outfit for a wedding, right? And you want to walk in the door and go find your outfit, but there's someone standing in the front going, wait, before you walk in, fill out this questionnaire, all these questions. Wait, before you go in, let me tell you about the owner of the company. Wait, let me show you all the outfits everyone else bought. And no one freaking cares. They just want to get through to the contact form, fill out a little bit of information, and get you on the phone. So make it simple for them to open your door to your boutique, to your studio, and get you on the phone.
And feel instantly welcomed. Again, that and that goes back to that confirmation message. It doesn't just say, hey, we received it. You say, thank you so much for submitting this contact form. We are thrilled to connect with you. Just in case you don't hear from us in 3 days, here's how you can get in touch with me. I really want to hear from you. Make it a personal message, not just your contact form has been received and you should hear from us in so many hours.
The personal touches.
The personal touches. It is those little touches that are going to bring people into the door and get them to welcome you into their door, because it's a vulnerable moment to bring somebody into your home and say, here is my home and all of its mess and glory. You know,
don't open a closet if there's all the glory.
Don't look too closely, but it's a big deal to invite somebody in. So you've got to create that relationship from the get-go, and your contact form or your contact page is a great place to start.
Love it. Okay. And you create incredible websites for interior designers and other entrepreneurs. So tell everyone how to find you and how they can get started with you.
Yes. So you can find me at caffeinecreative.io. Book a 20-minute complimentary call, no strings attached. It's just a conversation over coffee or tea or whatever we're sipping at the moment, and just talking about your goals and what you want to do and getting yourself and your online presence to shine in your most authentic way.
Isn't it such a no-brainer for people to get on your calendar and have a free conversation, but still some people are nervous about it? Please don't be nervous.
Please don't be nervous. Honestly, it is the best thing I've implemented in my business. It was the first expense outside of a website that I actually paid for, was having a paid calendar. And it is the best investment that I've ever had, because no matter how much we want to share who we are and what we can do and how we can make their life better,
I know,
website, it just doesn't compare to that actual face-to-face or screen-to-screen conversation like we're having right now.
Yeah,
it just doesn't compare.
It's true. You can get so much more done, so many more questions answered, so much more clarity and confidence in your direction that you're going in by just getting on Teresa's calendar for a website discussion.
Just to have a conversation and a chat. And I'll be honest, like, people are like, well, yeah, but what if somebody hops on my calendar and they're not a good fit? Okay. Yeah. But you know what? I am excited for what you have going on, but I don't think I'm the best fit for you. Let me see if I can put you in contact with somebody else.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's simple.
Same.
I have other web designers in my back pocket that I think may be a good fit for somebody if I don't feel like they're a fit for me, because I
Right.
still want them to be successful.
Yes. Yes. That's why I work with my sponsors, who are all very genuine people and do
Mhm.
the right thing by my interior design following and my clients, which you're
Always.
one of them. And you do our audits for our Profit Insider Academy to let everyone know how they can improve their website. So, yeah, you're a wealth of information. We're happy to have you as a sponsor, and even happier for all the interior designers you help with their websites. And you just need to get more people on your calendar so they can realize the difference it makes when they have a website that really represents them.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. It is a game changer when you have something done well that is going to stand the test of time.
absolutely. So, all right, everyone, go ahead over to caffeinecreative.io and get on Teresa's calendar and have a discussion about your website if you feel like it's not working for you. And Teresa can open your eyes as to a few things you can do, and maybe in the future you will use her to redo your website. So,
Absolutely.
thank you for all your support, Teresa.
Thank you for having me here, Nancy. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. All right, everyone, go have a great rest of your afternoon and evening, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.